Guys, it's been a little bit since did a little video in here. As you can see, a lot of leaves have come out on the trees and the hay has grown a lot. Had a busy 2 weeks planting a lot of soybeans and working ground and stuff. Busy time of year getting corn and beans in the ground, but we're pretty much wrapped up for the guy I work for. Yesterday and today it's been rainy. Sunday's been rainy, so we've got a lot of rain, which we really needed, but stuff has slowed down, which is good, so I can catch up on a few things. This was a new seeding of orchard alfalfa last year, and it came in really crappy last year. If you remember, this is where we wrapped a bunch of that crappy foxtail hay and the stuff we fed over the winter. That came off of this field. After taking 2 cuttings off of it, most of the stuff germinated and it, doesn't look half bad. And then I put some alfalfa in it in the fall. Then we didn't get rain and it didn't really grow at all. The alfalfa shoots were like this tall going in the winter. I was worried if they were going to come up, but most of the spots, it looks like there is some stuff coming up, but down here is an area that's really struggling. We got a lot of clover in here and a lot of very sparse grass. Down here we planted some grass and alfalfa, and you can see the rows, they are coming up, but for some reason, first 20 feet of this field down here is struggling. It is shaded, so that's part of the reason, but it's just not establishing itself very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of an experiment with the lawnmower. You can see shoots coming up, like there's like grass is coming up, but some of it is super tiny and it's just weird. Like some of it is just now starting to pop up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the mower. I'm actually going to mow a strip of this down to about there if it focuses. Anyway, I'm going to mow part of this with the lawnmower. The reason being, it's not going to make a whole lot of hay when I mow it with the tractor, and I don't want to take the tractor and all the equipment over this section like 4 or 5 times and end up like killing a lot of these shoots. Plus, new seedlings like this, when you cut it, it kind of resets it and gets it growing a little faster. So that's the experiment I'm going to do. I'm going to mow a section here. We're not going to run over it with the tractors at all in a few weeks when we mow the hay. And then hopefully come second cutting, this section down here is a lot better established. I don't know. We'll see if it works. We're going to keep the deck lifted up. And yeah. Well, we'll see if that helps the growth at all. I mean, you can see there's a lot there, and you can see the rows of stuff that I planted. Here's like the stuff that's growing, the young stuff. That should pop up really good. Here's a section where I had scraped a tree off, so there was bare dirt when I planted. That stuff's coming up really nice, so this should pop up pretty thick. There's still a couple thin areas. Apologize for the wind. A couple thin areas over in here, but I'm just gonna leave them. We're gonna cut them with the disc spine and hopefully it'll turn into something. Getting down close, you can see a lot of the alfalfa that was planted. It is coming up. And there are some areas that are pretty sparse, but there is plenty of alfalfa, really small stuff that was growing. And now that it's cut, it should pop up with a vengeance. That's the update. I guess we also did plant some hay at our new farm. Before that, I worked the ground. I haven't looked at that. That was about a week and a half ago we planted. Sometime this week we'll do some crop scouting, check the fields, and we'll see how that's coming up. Doing some crop scouting this morning, and I'm over here at some of my grass fields, just the meadow grass fields. And for May 8th, I'm actually pretty pleased with how these fields are looking. So we put prow and some biocast on these fields a couple weeks ago, and we put lime back in the spring, and they're looking pretty good. We'll take first cutting off and then we'll put some nitrogen down. Walking into my next field here, it's a neighboring property, and this field isn't looking too bad either. Out of the couple fields that I have over on this hillside, this one was the worst last year. It's pretty sparse in spots and had a lot of weeds, but we did some interseeding in the fall, potash, lime, and sprayed with prow and biocast. So this one got the most work done to it, and I'm hoping here that after we take first cutting off, that some of that new stuff that we seeded in the fall will get a good jump start. not really seeing a whole lot of it. We didn't get any rain in the fall, so hopefully something will pop up here. But there does seem to be a lot more grass this year. Last year there was just a lot of weeds. Whatever grass this is has come in pretty strong, which, I mean, it's not necessarily a super desirable grass, but I would rather that than a bunch of weeds. So those fields are still a few weeks out. They're older meadow grass stands, so I don't like to push them. We're gonna let that first cutting go until there's really no growth left in it. I like to let that root system get as deep as it can. This thing's got some steering looseness again in it, and it's getting a little frustrating because I feel like I have to address this constantly. But what I'm trying to do here is the pin that goes through here, I'm trying to stuff as many washers in between as I can. Now, notice that when I'm driving and I go to turn the steering wheel, this whole trunnion, I believe is what it's called, likes to move up and down because, I don't know, it works up and down that shaft and it kind of moves like that. And this pin is loose. It's wore out like in here. I think that's something I can't really just throw a washer in. I would have to like bore that out, put a bushing in it. And then these trunnion bolts are also loose. Don't know why that is. They always seem to work themselves loose. So don't know if that's a common problem on these tractors, but I want to get this all tightened up again and addressed before the season starts. And if it's something that I just have to constantly keep addressing throughout the season, I guess I will. Do you see how that whole like trunnion thing just moves up and down? So like when I'm turning the wheel, like when it's at center and then I go to turn it either right or left, there's that little bit of play, and it's because that trunnion moves up and down, and I crammed washers on the top and the bottom of that to take out that up and down play, and it's still moving up and down. I guess it needs another washer or a bigger washer. I don't know. It's just so frustrating. I just want that steering to be tight and I can't get it tight. It's not gonna ruin the tractor. I mean, everything is tight. You know, these are all new tie rod ends. All these big nuts up here are tight. The wheel bearings are good. The thrust bearings are good. Everything is greased and good here. Everything is greased and good in there. Everything's tight. Everything's almost new. New pin, new block, new trunnion bolts, new trunnion bushings. Like there's new bushings in that thing, new bushings in there. Like everything is new and replaced. It's just still a little bit sloppy. So I don't really know what to do at this point. We're just gonna run it. It'll still work fine. It's just kind of an annoyance because it's like an OCD thing. I just want it to be right. I want it to be perfect. Then again, it's a tractor from 1975 or something, so things are gonna leak. Things aren't gonna work right all the time, but it's a pretty sharp tractor as it is. Excuse me. I haven't cleaned this barn in about a year, and that's because we don't have very many animals. We have 5 at most at any given time, sometimes 2 or 3 depending if we sent some to the butcher. But cleaning this once a year is normally about how we do it, sometimes twice a year depending on, you know, if they're going through a lot of hay in the barn here, we'll clean it more. This year, because we fed so much wrapped hay out in the pasture, they weren't in here eating nearly as much. So there's pros and cons. You know, the pro of feeding a lot of hay in here is we can get a lot more manure, and that manure then goes back on the hay fields. The con to that is you end up feeding a lot of hay. I mean, we would feed 25 to 30 big square bales a year, whereas this year we fed about 4 big square bales and like I think 17 wrapped bales, and wrapped bales are smaller. So we fed less hay with the wrapped hay, and it was even crappy wrapped hay. The pro to that is there's a lot of organic matter now in the pasture, which the pastures were really lacking in organic matter. So that's going to kind of help the pastures, but then we don't have as much manure to go back on the field. So there's pros and cons to both. We're trying. It was a new thing we tried this year, and I was actually very pleased with the results. However, I don't have any plans to wrap hay this year. I did, and then I didn't, and then I did again, and then I didn't. The field that I was going to wrap by the house, I decided I'm probably going to small bale that because I want small bales because that's where the money is for me. It looks like it'll make decent enough small bales. With all that being said, though, there's still a pretty decent pile of manure up there. We still got probably, I would say, maybe bucket and a half left to clean up here. Don't do it, dude. If you knock that over, I'm not going to be happy. Leave it alone. Does it taste good or something? I didn't know steers like to play king of the hill. Ugh, it is hot. Sorry the GoPro died on me, but this is the finished product. Finished throwing out the rest of the fodder bale. There's about half a fodder bale there, and that stuff was baled a little bit too wet, so it does not shake apart nice. So I just pulled flakes off, laid the flakes down. The steers will walk on it, they'll break it up themselves.